So I'm going to be dyeing my hair with henna. First, I'll be using Rishma's henna, natural dark brown. Came with a pack of henna, gloves, and a hairbrush and instructions. And in order to dye your hair, I would like this to stay in a very long time. I'll probably continue to do it. You also need an indigo paste. You'll need some green tea, honey, a lemon, 2 things to mix with, and 2 separate bowls. This is a plastic bowl I have. It's empty. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started by boiling a small pot of water, just enough for both mixtures. I take about 4 to 5 tea bags and swish them around in the water, lifting them up and down just so it could be fully submerged and I get the most out of each tea bag. While the tea is cooling, it does not need to be completely cool, but not too hot where you're going to burn your hands. We're going to go ahead and get ready to mix our henna paste. I actually did not realize that the small pack of henna is inside this larger pack. So I go ahead and take that out, cut it, hitting it against my hand again, so that I can get all of the powder out of this one small package. So I carefully cut open the bag and pour all of the contents into my bowl. So after we pour in our powder, the next step is going to be to mix our green tea. So remember, no sweeteners, no sugars added, only the tea and the water. I use this small shot glass cup because I didn't want to just pour it in and then make a big mess. So I took about 2 to 3 scoops of the green tea, mixing it in slowly. Take your time while you mix this paste. You want to use as much as you can, especially if you have a big head like me. I don't really have a big head, but I do have a lot of hair, so I wanted to make sure I cover the whole head. We're going to slowly mix it until it's about a toothpaste consistency. You don't want it to be as slimy as yogurt or too thick where the paste is not going to hold on your hair. Okay, so after you mix your paste, you're gonna go ahead and grab your lemon. I use my fork to just poke a couple holes in it, and I'm squeezing just the right amount, just a few drops of the lemon into my paste. Okay, so after we use our lemon, next we're going to be using our honey. So you're going to grab your honey and squeeze a few drops of it into the mixture. Don't squeeze too much where it becomes extremely sticky and gooey and nasty. You just want to mix enough so that it will help hold the henna together. The honey and the lemon will help hold the henna together so that when you're dyeing your hair, you will get the most color out of it. Okay, so finish mixing the paste. And then you're going to put a lid on it, some type of lid, cover, whatever. Just make sure it's covered, and you're going to let that sit for 3 hours. 3 hours. So our next step will be mixing our indigo paste. And instead of adding the honey and the lemon, I'm only adding our green tea. So I actually forgot to add that I will be adding salt in our next step. Salt helps activate the paste a little faster. So we are still waiting 3 hours for each mixture to sit and absorb itself, but I will be adding salt to the next mixture. So it has been 3 hours, and here is the results. I am slowly adding the henna paste to the indigo paste, mixing it well, and then I will be adding it to my hair. Okay, so my hair is washed and shampooed and dried. Now I'm going to put my gloves on and put the henna in my hair. I'm keeping these green. Take out all the green ones. Okay, these are staying green. I'll probably touch on the roots, and I'm doing the full head. So instead of just throwing everything in my hair, I always separate it some way. Actually did, just left the greens in the front, and I did a half up, half down. Just makes everything easier as I am applying the paste. And then I'm also going to be putting some Vaseline around my edges because henna is strong AF and I don't want it to stain my scalp. So as you can see, I'm just working my way around, making sure I get all of the areas where I want it to be brown. So my phone died before I could finish, but I did the whole head, leaving the green spots that I showed you earlier. I put on two plastic caps actually, and I'm going to let this sit for 3 hours. I should probably wash my face to use some alcohol, some witch hazel, just so I don't get these little dark spots. So I'm gonna go do that now. Okay, so now I'm going to wash it out. Feel it dripping down my back. Okay. And here is the final result. My whole head is brown and it will stay in for at least a couple of months. I left my green spots out and it looks good. Comment below.